The thing you have to remember about Destiny that I think people forget about, I think even Bungie forgets about this, is that this is not Destiny the first. This is Destiny 2, meaning it's a sequel, meaning it's a continuation of something people have played before. Destiny 1. So you don't jump into Destiny 2 unless you're a brand new player who's never played Destiny ever before. Your experience and your view of Destiny are somewhat dependent on your past experiences with Destiny, right? Everybody has an idea in their head of what Destiny should be to them. And that could be based on what they first started enjoying about the game. You hear a lot of people going back to Destiny 1 and remember this, remember that. To a brand new player, I'm actually, when I go to Reddit and I see posts from people that are just starting the game for the first time, there's always that period when you start a game where everything is amazing, right? That's a Destiny roller coaster ride. Start, brand new content, everything's amazing. Oh my God, this is the best ever. And you guys can remember that stuff with Beyond Light. You can remember that stuff with Shadowkeep. You can remember that stuff with Forsaken. You can remember that stuff with Destiny 2 when it first came out. OMG, this is amazing. You got to hand it to the developers. OMG, this is awesome. Everything's amazing. And then they call it the honeymoon period, right? Because then after that, everything starts to dip. And the longer, and this goes with any game, the longer you play a game, the less enjoyable it becomes. And games have a way of sort of refreshing that so that as your enjoyment of the game is dipping, they come out with something to kind of reinvigorate the game to where you start to enjoy it again. Destiny is no different. In the past, in Destiny 1, we had DLC drops. So Destiny 1 came out 2014. Then in December, you had Crota's End that came out. Then you had Prison of Elders. Then you had The Taken King. And these little drops, right? Like just as the game was getting stale and people were starting to get tired of things, these little drops would come out and they would add new stuff for people to do. And all of a sudden, people just jump back in. That's the roller coaster ride of Destiny. Destiny 2 started off that way, and I feel like the game has shifted, right? We were introduced to seasons in Destiny 2. And with that seasonal model that you hear presented all the time, you know, you got this. We're on season 13 currently, season of the Chosen. Season ends very, very soon. Then we'll have a new season. And we've got all this stuff. And you see a lot of people, more than ever, in my opinion, talk about getting burnt out. And I think there's a lot of reasons why that is, why people get burnt out with this game. But what I am seeing is that people are getting burnt out faster nowadays with Destiny 2. And I think there's a bunch of reasons for that. But what I am noticing is that, and I was going to make a video, and the title of the video is going to be something along the lines of Destiny has a reward problem. And the reason why I say that is never before in the history of Destiny has there been more rewards. There are so many rewards in this game. I mean, holy shit. There are so many rewards that for the first time in the game, I just haven't gotten all of them. I usually get every single exotic that there is to get. But I don't have these. And if I go to my Titan, I don't have this. I don't have this on my Hunter. Sorry, that's my Hunter. My Titan. I finally got all my Titan ones. But my Hunter, I don't have a couple of my Hunter ones. The weapons. For a while, I did not have Heir Apparent. And why is that? Why, everybody? Why were there people that did not have Heir Apparent? Right now, we are currently in something called Guardian Games. And last year when we had Guardian games, it was called the Bounty Fest, Bounty Gate. And it was all these different bounties, and it was nothing new. And this game has gone from good content that you want to play over and over and over and over and over and over again to here's a new reward to make you play content that you don't really want to play. But you play it to get that shiny new reward, right? And that's why I say that Destiny has a reward problem. It's not that the rewards are bad. The rewards are good. Like I said, there are some insanely good exotics in this game. I love this Curass of Badass. You're welcome for that, Destiny community, by the way. You can thank me later. I love a lot of these different, the necrotic grips. I love a lot of different rewards right here. I love a lot of these different rewards. There's the Mask of Bacchus in this game. There are some insanely good rewards. Tiku's Divination is a good bow. Tiku's Divination. Remember Ruinous Effigy? It's a fun gun. There are more things in this game as far as rewards go. And if we were to go to actual weapons in the game, you've got your Trials rewards. You've got your Fellwinter's Lie. That's going to eventually be replaced. You've got your meta. You've got now a solar sword. This isn't it. It's on my other character. But you've got a solar sword now. Chain reaction. Some of these perks, some of the builds, there are so many rewards in the game. Good rewards. That it's almost like instead of making good content, they've changed paths and they're going after rewards. And this is why I think this is a problem. Because we are not getting good content anymore. And the problem with that is, the reason why I think this is a problem is because what do you do once you get the reward? There's no reason to play it anymore, right? What's your reason for playing Destiny right now? What is your reason for playing Destiny right now? Well, I don't know. You're probably doing a job. You're probably doing a job, right? Bounties, quests, catalysts, lost sectors, Eyes of Tomorrow. It's the reward chase. And Destiny is it's a looter shooter, right? It's always had its rewards. Destiny has always had its rewards. Gallarhorn, Vex Mythoclast, Necrochasm. It's always had its rewards. But there was content out there that was good, that even when you were done getting the reward, you would then take that reward and go use it. You had sunsetting, right? Half of this game was chopped off and taken away. The raids just aren't as good and engaging as past raids. Last Wish right now is still the best raid in Destiny 2. Now there's only 3 raids. There's Last Wish, Garden of Salvation, and Deepstone Crypt. And out of those, Deepstone Crypt and Garden of Salvation is ass. And you don't really get much from it anymore. Deepstone Crypt is easy. And you only do it to get Eyes of Tomorrow. And then you're done. Garden of Salvation, which I would love to do. I would do that raid every weekend if there was a reason to do it. And not just for the reward. The reward is a reason to play something, but even after you get that reward, the content has to be good. And right now, in the game, the content is lacking in the game. The replayable content is lacking in the game. Vault of Glass. People played Vault of Glass over and over and over and over and over again. Not just to get Gallarhorn, but because it's a good raid. It's good content, right? The focus of Destiny used to be really, really good content. And I'm not saying that this content is necessarily bad, right? Battlegrounds is fun, but it's a lot of it's reskin, a lot of it is repurposed, and a lot of it is now gone. Gambit could be really, 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 really good, but it just sits there, right? And instead of making Gambit good, what do? They drop a reward in it, bottom dollar. Go play it, right? Guardian games, go play it. We're not going to fix it. We're not going to make it better, but we're going to dangle this reward so that we don't have to fix it. See, Bungie has learned about the player base. They've learned that the player base will do things they don't really want to do to get that shiny new reward. That's why I think there's a reward problem in Destiny. Not that I don't love the rewards. The rewards are good. The rewards are super, super good. But when you're playing content you don't really want to play, stuff that you hate playing, more people than ever right now are saying that they hate Crucible. That Crucible is the worst experience. There are posts on Reddit where people are apologizing for playing Crucible, but they have to. Why? Because of the reward. This game, Lost Sectors, this game is forcing people to do things that are either broken, not good, or things they don't want to do to get that shiny new reward. And I feel like that's bad game design. Instead of either making good content that people will want to play over and over. And before you hate on me for this, all right? Warzone. Why am I playing Warzone right now? I'm not going to get a single reward for playing Warzone. You know what? I'm playing it because it's fun. I'm playing it because it's enjoyable. I play it because I want to do better. It's rewarding on a personal level, whether I get anything or not. Crucible, there are people that will never step foot into Crucible because it's just plain bad. And instead of fixing it, instead of giving us new maps, instead of fixing the melee registration, instead of fixing the brokenness of it, instead of actually making Crucible enjoyable again like it used to be, they just dangle a new reward in front of you, whether it's a bounty or a catalyst or a quest or whatever. They are manipulating you into playing the game again and again and again and again and again and again and again. They don't have to fix it. Why fix it when you keep playing it? So that's what I say about Destiny has a reward problem, because as long as Gambit needs some serious fixing. But why fix it when all you have to do is drop a new reward in it and people will go play it? Why fix Crucible and give us new maps when all you have to do is dangle the keys in front of people, drop a new reward, and people jump in there? Guardian games. Guardian games is ass. Does anybody out there really, really, really want to do more bounties that have you do the same old strikes again? Have you do the same old missions again? Have you do the same old Crucible matches again? Have you do the same old kill bounties again? We've done the same shit over and over and over and over. But you do it because you don't want to miss out on the reward. And you know what happens? You know what happens because of that? You know what happens when you continually do something you don't really, really want to do? You get burned out. Did you notice that more and more people are getting burnt out on the game? Because we're not getting new stuff to do. We're being forced to go back and do the same stuff over and over and over again, which is what Destiny has always been. The difference is, in the past, you used to be able to choose what you wanted to do, right? You used to be... The Gallarhorn could drop in how many different places? Pocket Infinity could drop at any moment. You would choose what you wanted to do because it felt like everything you did was rewarding. Destiny 2 is different. The reward structure is so different, and even with the season pass, it's less emphasis on making good quality gameplay experience. They don't have to balance the game. Everybody knows stasis is a problem. But you still use it. You have to. You have to. You know why? Because you got a catalyst over here that says, go into Crucible. Go into Crucible. Go into Crucible. Defeat 15 Guardians. Go into Crucible. Go into Crucible. The game is telling you what to do instead of fixing it so that you want to do it. And that's the problem with Destiny right now, is there is a huge population of people that play Destiny. Whether it's Gambit, whether it's Strikes, whether it's Crucible, whether it's Raids, whether it's Lost Sectors, there's a huge population of Destiny players that are doing things in Destiny that they don't want to do because there's a reward that demands you go and do it. And I think that's a problem. And I don't think it'll necessarily change anytime soon. But the reason why I think that is a problem is because that causes burnout faster than if people are playing something they enjoy and are being rewarded for it. You ever hear people talk about, I don't feel like my time is being rewarded? It's because you're doing stuff you don't want to do. If I love Crucible, then I want a good experience in Crucible, and I want to get rewarded for that, whether that's getting better or whether that's getting stuff for my Guardian, whether that's getting drops or whatever. I like raiding. I like doing raids, but right now there's no reason to do raids for me because I got Eyes of Tomorrow. And the reward drops for Eyes of Tomorrow is so low that nobody wants to do it anymore because they're tired of not getting the reward. And the content is old. For Guardian games, we did a strike race. We went into a normal strike, and I don't know if I'll post the video or not, but me, Chris, and Penn each chose a class, Warlock, Titan, Hunter, and we had a race in a strike to see who could get the most kills. And it was fun. It was fun. And it didn't matter if we got rewards. There's a lot of ways. There's a lot of ways to enhance the gameplay experience in Destiny. But none of that is happening. You know why? Because everybody, it feels like the entire Bungie team is focused on the next set of rewards. What can we come up with instead of coming up with new content? Because the next DLC drop is what, September? Instead of coming up with new content, let's come up with new rewards, whether that's the season pass or whether that's Eververse or whether that's bounties or whether that's an event or a community event or whatever. That way we can increase playtime, because right now this game is all about how do we get you to play one more time when you really don't want to. Rewards. And that's why I think it's a problem. I think the rewards are really, really good. I think the rewards in Destiny are better than they've ever been, but the content is not. You see the imbalance? You see the imbalance? It was like good content that is rewarding. Now we have really good rewards that make you do bad content. Do you see the difference? Does that make sense? Can you see why I think it's a problem? Do you agree with me? I want to know if you guys agree. I want to know if you disagree. I want to know what your thoughts are. Don't know if this will be a video, but the reason why I talk about this kind of stuff is because it's a conversation starter. I may not be 100% right, but maybe that'll get people thinking, being like, you know what? You got a point. You got a point. Maybe if they would just go in, Gambit could be a game-changing mode for Destiny 2. It could be awesome. I absolutely love the concept of Gambit. I do. I love it. I would love the concept of strike races or strike battles where you battle against your teammates for the most kills in a strike. It's like a sprint. It was so much fun. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. Try it with your friends. It's so much fun. Don't let them be Chaos Reach because it's broken and stupid. And Chris, I hate you for using it. But it's awesome. It's a fun time. I love the raids. I absolutely love the raids. I love the Lost Sectors. I like that there's exotics tied to Lost Sectors. I don't like that it's tied to a specific day of the week because you always have a knack for making the the Lost Sector loot on a day when I'm not playing. I think the Sorrow's Harbor, this stuff up here. What is Altar of Sorrow? That was awesome. Blind Well, awesome. Escalation Protocol, awesome. Do we do it anymore? No. 16, here's the final thing I'll say about it. The proof that people want good content over good rewards. Number one, Destiny 1. Number two, 12-person activities. 12-person activities showed and proved that people didn't give a shit about the rewards when it came to Destiny 2. They want rewards. They want to be rewarded for their time, but there's many types of rewards. There's an actual weapon, there's armor, there's cosmetics, there's shaders. There's so many different types of rewards, but enjoyment of the content is first and foremost, because guess what? If I don't enjoy the content, I'm not going to keep playing once I get the reward. But if I enjoy the content, then I'm going to keep playing it even after I got the reward. And the proof is the 12-person activities. When we were able to do 12-person activities, we played everything in the game over again, as much as we possibly could. And if that was a community event once a year, Guardian Games, that could have been Guardian Games. Then that makes people want to play because it made the content good. Content is king. There's a saying when it comes to media. Content is king. The content has to be better than the rewards, or else people are going to get burnt out because they really don't like what they're doing. They're only doing it for the quick fix. If there's like when there's new content, you can't hold me back. I can't wait for new content. And Bungie has said in the past that they can't keep up with creating new content, which is a valid thing. But Bungie, if you end up seeing this, it's okay to let people go sometimes. You know, it's okay to come out with good content, have everybody no life that content, play it till they get sick of it, and then go play other things and wait for the new content so that they come back. That's okay. That happens with all games. But what Bungie wants is they want that playtime increase. And so what they do is they constantly come out with things. Fatal Attraction, right? You're not allowed to ever go away from Destiny. Every week it seems like there's something new to pull you back in. Just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. That's what Destiny 2 is modeled off of right now. And it's bad because it's causing people to hate the game. I have never hated Destiny 2, my Destiny 2 experience, so much in my life. Before it used to be just fun, and how can I have fun? Now it's like, I have to do this. You think FOMO is gone? They said it was, but it's still there. Because FOMO now has transitioned, it's morphed, it's a little bit more hidden and under the surface. There's still FOMO, and you guys know it. Fear of missing out? Fear of missing out on keeping up with the meta, keeping up with the rewards, keeping up with the season, the content, your light level, all that kind of stuff. FOMO is still there. It's just in a different form. Guardian Games is balls. It was last year too, and I'm dumbfounded that there's so many different ways they could have made Guardian Games really, really good this year and learned from their past mistakes. They could have done Sparrow Racing. They could have done 12-person activities. I was really hoping that was a test for it. They could have done the strike sprints that I was talking about. They could have done Crucible, where it was, 3 teams of 2 or whatever, Hunters versus Titans versus Warlocks in the Crucible. You were put on a team or whatever. There's so many different ways Destiny could be good, but it's so focused on rewards instead of good gameplay mechanics and activities.